basics. Cisco APIC is the main architecture components of Cisco ACI. It is a unified point of automation management for the Cisco APIC ACI fabric. Policy enforcement and health monitor optimizes performance and agility. I would deploy APIC appliance in a cluster, configure a minimum 3 controllers in a cluster to provide control of Cisco ACI fabric. The APIC automatically discovers new switches via LLDP that connect directly to any switch it currently manages. Each APIC instance in the cluster first discovers only its directly connected leaf switch. After the leaf switch registers with the APIC discovers all spine switches that connect directly to the leaf switch. As each spine switch is registered, that APIC discovers all the leaf switches that connect to the spine switch. A cascaded direct discovery allows APIC to discover the entire APIC site topology, automatically configure VXLAN, ACIs, multicast, and more in few simple steps. So this lab, the APIC have already had their initial configuration that is completed. So to review the process, when I first log on, let's click the Start ACI Fabric Setup. Then let's click the Let's Config Wizard. First thing I'll configure is begin for Fabric membership. Click Register. For leaf 1, we'll discover and enter the node ID 201 and leaf 1. And this leaf, regular leaf, okay. And we'll cascade discover all these switches connected to the leaf 1 directly via a LLDP. After a minute or so, the system adds devices to the list of registered devices. Click a refresh icon will sit on the top, and we're going to register spine 1. Click the tab 103, and we're going to register node ID 101, spine 1, node type is spine. Click OK. Register spine 2, node ID 102, name spine 2, node type is spine. Click OK. Now spine 1 and spine 2 are discovered. We're going to register the leaf 2. The node ID 202, leaf 2. Click OK. Now see all the registered devices, 2 leaves and 2 spine. They're all showing status active. Next, we'll configure out-of-band management. The ACI provides both inbound and outbound management access options. OOB management provides the management communications through configuration of dedicated physical interface on the APICs and ACI nodes. Once the ACI site is initialized and discovered, I can configure the OOB addresses for the nodes. In-band management provides management communications to provide the configuration of one or more front panel ports on the leaf nodes. In-band management requires a dedicated pool of IP addresses, which I configure for access from outside of ACI site. So we're not talking about inbound. OOB is in APIC already configured with the OOB address, which is how I access the HTML UI. So in this tab, I configure the leaf and the spine OOB address. Back to the overview, and we're gonna to click Edit for the management. Let's select the leaf and spine nodes. In the auto bands IPv4 gateway, let's enter 198.18.128.1/18. The spine and leaf switches are automatically allocated to the text addresses in the range. It can statically assign these by selecting switch and selecting edit at the ends of the row. Let's leave them with the default values. We'll leave the all bands the IPv6 gateway settings blank and click Save. After a while, you will see the IPv4 address is signed with the correct IP address with our band range. Let's click cancel here. We configure the management for auto band network. Next, let's talk about the VPC pairs. A VPC pair represents a VPC domain, a protection group. I can explicitly configure member nodes of the group using fabric policy nodes to endpoint. Use the VPC pairs. The window will explicitly configure member nodes of the group by using a fabric policy node endpoint. Let's open the VPC pair. Click Action and create VPC leaf switch pair. For the name, we're gonna choose say is the leaf 1_2. For VCC ID, select 1. Domain we do not adjust here. Click node 1. Let's select node 1 and node 2. To create a VPC, I click Save. Let's go back to the overview. Next, we're going to take a look at the BGP. The ACI site route refactors are multi-protocol BGP and PBGP to distribute the external routes from external routes to every leaf switch. To enable route refactors in the ACI site, the administrator must select the spine switches that to be route refactors and provide autonomous systems AS number. So for redundancy process, I can configure more than one spine as route refactor nodes, one primary and one secondary. Click Begin to open the BGP page. In the autonomous number, we're going to enter 65000 and we'll select both spine switches. Click Save. We'll configure the DNS server and search domain to allow leaves, spines, and epics to query DNS names. DNS communication uses the OOB connection by default. Click Begin on the DNS page. Add the DNS server. Click OK. I forgot to click the preferred. NTP, time synchronization, plays a critical role in ACI, from validating certs to keeping consistent log files across devices. It is important to sync my ACI sites to one or more reliable time source. Add NTP server. And I will Track preferred. Click save. Let's review the fabric configuration. Click Procedure Summary. So I can configure the interface from the summary page also. Let's close the summary. Let's go review the fabric and inventory. After all switches register APIC cluster, APIC automatically discovers all links and connectivity in the fabric and discovers the entire topology as default. This is a section, so I will review the registered devices. Go to Fabric and go Fabric Membership. Let's review all switches are in active status. Expand port 1 and expand leaf 1 and expand interfaces. Click physical interfaces. We're going to open a view of leaves interfaces. So in the topology here, we'll click to display a topological map of devices. So that's all about configuring the basics in the APIC. Thank you for watching, until I see you next time.
Hey everyone, NetMaven here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to dive into the world of amazing network technologies with me, and please feel free to leave your comments below. Hey everyone, NetMaven here. Don't forget